Right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
It works wonders when the family gathers at Grandma's for one of those special Sunday dinners. And if you get a headache later on, that's when Bayer works wonders.
And that's why clothing is a big deal, because the angels are watching.
This is the Morning Stream, and I have some real concerns.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to TMS. It is the Morning Stream for Monday, May 24th, 2021. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hello! Last week of May, the final week of the month.
Okay, I know we say it every time. I really mean it this time.
This time I'm serious.
May was so fast. It was too fast. It's too fast.
Yeah, I think to some degree, yeah. Right. I mean, there was a lot of anticipation for a lot of things for me for May.
Yeah. So you were chomping at the bit on a few things. I think for me it was like I have been nonstop making art for that Kickstarter.
Yeah. For the Rock Runners,
and
sure.
I'm tired. I'm tired, and so even though I got like 4 days off over the weekend, it was still just like okay. Then 4 days, nice, and then I come back today and I go, it's the 24th, really?
Yeah, right.
Freaking really? Yeah. Anyway, it's all going good, and we're back. Brian went to Vegas. I went to Midway, which is this lovely little town just northeast of Park City, Utah. We like to go there sometimes. They have these big cheese festivals and a lot of cows out there. Super chill place.
Was there a festival going on this? I think we've driven through Midway, like when we drive from Colorado to Utah. Because right before
you do the top one, right? You come up around Wyoming and then down, right? I think.
And we see all these farms, and it's like, wow, this is you go from all the rocks and plateaus and things like that into a very lush green valley, and then you hit Park City. Yeah. So Midway is that lush green valley.
Yeah, Midway, maybe part of Heber you probably pass through, which is kind of right next to Midway. They're kind of adjacent to each other, but they're these nice little towns. What I didn't know about them, I've been there a million times. I don't know why I didn't know this. But there are these prehistoric hot spring craters everywhere. So just like that farmland you're talking about, you'd be like, oh, here's a guy's house and his nice farm, his big ranch and a bunch of cattle. And then out of the ground, like this big video gamey looking prehistoric hole that's like
is
full
there
of hot
steam
water.
Coming out of it like Wile E. Coyote kind of thing? Yeah,
like there's full on hot water bubbling up out from underneath it. There's one of them that's so big that they do like scuba certifications in there and stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay, that big.
Big, yeah. And some are small. Like the one near our bed and breakfast thing that we stayed in was just a little one. I went out and took a video of it, and there was a nice water bottle in there because humans are gross. Anyway, it was just like this crazy thing I didn't know about. It was like finding out you got like tar pits or freaking dinosaur bones under your house or something. It was crazy. Right. And everyone else knew. I just was dumb and didn't know. But that was cool. And ours was so chill, dude. There's no way any of this is a good story. I'm gonna make a couple of recommendations. If you're out that way, go to the OG Cafe. Really nice hipstery joint, great food, very very nice people. If you want to see a drugged up, possibly homeless man with a shirt off walk into the back kitchen of a Red Rock, then go to Red Rock. Okay. So that was cool. And then also I went looking for Post Malone's house because he has a big place in Deer Valley up near Park City, and I thought, well, I want to see where this dude lives. People have sightings of him at the local Walmart all the time. He's always over there buying like Band-Aids or whatever. I don't know what he's buying. I have no idea. But he's always being seen. But I don't know if anyone's actually seen his palatial monster house he has up on the hill or on the mountain. And so we went hunting up there. But Brian, all we came away with was like dozens of other houses that weren't his that were between $12 million and $35 million. These homes.
Jeez,
that's insane. It was insane. My gosh, I've never seen so much house in my life. But we never did see Post Malone's house. That's kind of the most of it. It was fine. We had a nice time. You know what?
That's good, right? That means you had an uneventful. I mean, that means you had a relaxing, uneventful. I mean, I don't want to say uneventful because it sounds like it wasn't a good time, but it was a good time.
It was a great time. It was just a lot of quiet
Yes.
time, and the beautiful sun out first day, rain the second day, but that was fine because we kind of cozied up, made our own food, barbecued. Like, it was just nice hanging out with Kim, having some, me and her time. And that was all good, except when on our way home, I said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to swing by the mall location of the Apple Store so I can see these iMacs up close. I just want to see what they look like. I haven't seen one.
the new iMacs, Yep.
Yeah, I just want to see. Just want to see. Not buying one, just want to see. So I
Right,
go in there,
right.
and they got this crazy outdoor thing. I
Yeah,
haven't been to an Apple
velvet
Store.
rope.
Yeah, I haven't been there since all this pandemic business.
Oh, did you not make an appointment to browse the Apple Store,
Yeah,
Scott?
I didn't know. So I got there, and the guy's like, the only way this works is you call ahead or you wait around, and then one of us can walk you through, and you can't really touch anything. And I went, yeah, I'm just going to go to get an Orange Julius or something. I could see them from afar. They looked very colorful
Right.
and nice, and that was
Right.
all I needed, and I got out of there. So it was fun.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I had to make an appointment just to get a new band for my watch, right? Like just to,
Yep.
like, I just want a new band.
Well, for a place that's so normally so touchy-feely, right? Like that store is all about hands-on.
Right.
And I
And
never
so they
really
need
thought
to-
about it. It's crazy how they have to.
And they
change
need
all
to
that.
wipe everything down between people, and they just don't want like really big clusters.
I will say this: that mall was full of like masked, not masked, weird looks at each other. Like no one's sure what to do. Nobody's sure if it's cool or not cool, or who's vaccinated or not, or if you're not, how are you gonna know anyway? You can't tell someone. Someone's not gonna walk up and go, "Show me your card." It's not gonna happen like that. So
Right.
It just was
there's
weird.
no way. Yeah. Exactly.
It was just weird. I assume it was really weird where you were. Is my guess, but
It was weird where we were, but it was weird. It surprised us. We stayed at Mandalay Bay, and easily 2/3, maybe even 3/4 of the people in Mandalay Bay still wearing a mask. Not just employees. Obviously, employees all were, but patrons, people walking through the casino, still all wearing their masks. There was usually like an age gap. We could tell some people who were way older than 12, but way younger than younger than 30, deciding, nah, bro, I'm not wearing a mask, bro.
yeah, it's my first trip to Vegas, man. I'm not gonna do that.
But Mandalay Bay mostly masked up, very very much masked up. We did make a stop on Fremont Street. We did basically half a block of Fremont Street just to see, because we were all really curious.
Yeah.
And maybe 5% of people on Fremont Street wearing masks.
Yeah, I was going to assume the further north you go, probably that thinned out, like the masks would thin out as you go. Whereas Mandalay, way on the other side, Mandalay's still like, I don't know, that's
Plus,
still civilization over
you
there.
know, yeah, and it's an upscale. I think if you went to Excalibur or Circus, you'd probably get fewer masks just because.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I think the clientele.
Well, Circus was already a place I could go get a thing and die from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. I mean, it was pre-COVID. It was. You want to wear a mask anyway to Circus.
Right. That was already mandatory if you knew what you were doing. But
Excalibur is the closest thing to Fremont Street on the Strip. Even though it's not the closest to Fremont Street, it's the closest thing.
You're probably right.
But
yeah.
You quick little story, and I asked Tina if I could tell this story, and she's fine with it.
Oh, good.
Get to the airport Thursday night, and Spirit had already delayed our flight 45 days in advance. They already told us our flight was leaving 3 hours later.
Nice.
Thank you, Spirit.
Yeah, thanks.
And so we got there, and it was fairly, it was like 6 o'clock in the evening. So the airport on a Thursday night, 6 o'clock in the evening, already pretty dead.
Yeah.
We go right up to TSA pre-check. We still have TSA pre-check from all the flying we did back in 2017 and 18.
Yeah.
And I go up first. I give the guy my ticket, my driver's license. The guy, before you go through the metal detector and all that stuff,
Yeah.
is the guy who makes sure that you're in the right line and all that.
Sure.
So I give him my ticket, my driver's license. He puts the ticket on his little scanner thing. It beeps. He looks at my driver's license, looks at me, says, "Move your mask." So I pull my mask down.
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay." I put my mask back up and take the thing. By the way, airports and airplanes still
Oh yeah.
100% mask. You have to be masked.
Yeah, they get to pick the rules. They whatever the
They get to
mandate
pick
is,
the
they get
rules,
to decide.
right.
Sure.
Exactly. So I start going up there and taking my bag and putting it on the roller. Meanwhile, Tina steps up, takes her ticket, takes her driver's license, scans her ticket, looks at her driver's license, looks at her, and then says, "Yeah, could you move your mask?" And Tina says, "What?" Says, "Move your mask." So she takes and she pinches the nose and pulls it forward away from her face. maybe a half an inch, and then lets it go. Like as if basically he's asking her, "Can you prove that mask is not your face?"
That's like when my sister was asked how she likes her eggs, and she said cooked.
Yes.
That's so good. Tina,
So,
that's amazing. Holy
So then he says, "No, pull your mask down so I can see your face." She's like, "Oh," and she does it. And so then she tells me the story, and I'm like, "Well, he was looking at your license and then looking at you. What did you think he was asking?"
That's my favorite thing I've heard all week. That's really great.
It's such a crack up. So
oh my gosh.
got into town. Missoula was really cool. Picked us up from the airport, even though we were getting in late and we weren't going to have any time to really hang out with him. He works. Basically, he got off work 5 minutes before our plane landed, and his path to get home is basically, it takes him right by the airport, Mandalay Bay, and then to his house. So he's like, no worries. I'll just pick you guys up, save you guys some tax money. Ubers and Lyfts are ridiculous right now. You can't get one, which is true. It was freaking mayhem trying to get Lyfts and Ubers. My God.
Yeah, they're having a hard time getting people back to
back. Yeah, exactly. So he took us, dropped us off at Mandalay, and we hung out with him for a minute, and then said, "All right, we'll see you tomorrow." So got to hang out with him. Then we met the next
Call
day.
it a Mitzuber. That's the new name for Missoula. Mitzuber.
Mitzuber.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
Mitzuber.
Liftzula.
So the next morning, Tina and I grabbed some breakfast, and then later Mitzulla met us to take us to lunch. And he knows this incredible noodle place off strip.
Oh, this is the videos you were sending.
This is the video I sent, yeah. And this is like a hand-pulled noodle, Asian noodle place called Shang Noodle. Like Shang-Chi, but without the chi, with the noodle.
Yeah, and the martial arts experience, sure.
And the martial, exactly.
Yeah.
And we got a seat at the bar, so we're right in front watching this guy make our noodles. And it's, basically starts off with one piece of dough, of pasta dough or whatever. Stretches it. Oh, you're playing the video? Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to show this
then
to the
folds
chat.
that in half, stretches that, folds that in half, stretches that, obviously every time, doubling the number of noodles. And then once it gets to about, I don't know, we're thinking maybe either 128 or 256 noodles.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure, but they're little tiny thin noodles now. He chops off the ends and tosses them into a wok, and they heat up, and they're like served to you immediately. Like it is.
That sounds amazing.
It is that fresh. And we had some I had a beef, Shang beef noodle soup, and I took a picture of it and sent that to you as well. And that thing was as good as it looked. It was so good.
It looks really good. What's the big veggie in there? What's that big fat freaking?
It's a bok choy.
Oh, okay. My wife
asked.
Big
old bok choy.
I was surprised she didn't know. She asked, and she's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "I'm not totally sure."
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
But she's usually pretty good at spotting that stuff. But look at this
so,
guy.
Yeah.
This guy knows how to work a noodle. Good Lord. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they also do knife cut noodles. So he has this block of dough.
Yeah.
And he just stands next to the wok and he goes shoom 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 with a knife. And it's like it looks like when you got a potato peeler and you're like peeling above the trash can, and little noodles are just flying off this thing into the wok to cook.
That's awesome. That's very cool. I'm jealous of this food right now.
Oh, so good. We then went back to the hotel and then took a taxi to Area 15, which is this new entertainment area in Vegas. And this is going to have to be a TMS Vegas experience.
Permanent installation, or is it a
permanent installation? And it's basically like it's a place where you've got multiple, I don't want to say experiences because it sounds like, you got multiple experiences there, but you've got one big area that's put together by the Meow Wolf team. So it's an art installation, but it's a walkthrough. It's interactive, and there's even a game component that takes you through a story. That's really, really good.
That's cool.
We were there in that thing for maybe 3.5 hours. Didn't finish the game because we had a reservation to get to at Circa. So we'll go back there and finish it up sometime. And you can pick up and continue at any time because you get a card that you take around and you tap things in this place. It's called Omega Mart, and I think I sent you a couple grocery items that we found at Omega Mart.
Oh yeah, there's let me share these
Simply
names.
Spiders cereal.
Yep, Simply Spiders, which is fantastic, and also Rumored Associates.
Rumored Associates cereal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And is that what's his name on there?
I was thinking it was Todd and Aaron.
I think that's the guy that sings. He's famous Vegas guy. Had a lot of work done. Was on one of the.
I don't think it's Wayne Newton.
Wayne
Is that what you're
Newton.
thinking?
That's who I'm thinking.
No,
of.
no, I don't think it's Wayne Newton.
Okay, so that's just some dude.
Wayne Newton has black hair and is stretched, has his face stretched out. This guy actually has wrinkles.
Oh. That's true. Yeah. All right. They kind of look like that couple that had the guns out in that famous photo a couple years ago.
Kind of, yeah. Right.
A little bit.
The BLM march was in front of their house.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a lot of other places there. There's a Rocket Fizz store. There's a cool op art lava lampy kind of toy store there. There's a couple other interactive museums. Some VR glasses kind of things. There's a VR flying thing where you're actually on a thing that stretches that puts your arms out and your legs. So you're basically laying down on your stomach on this thing with a fan blowing in your face. You're wearing a VR headset and you're having the experience of flying.
You're wearing VR headsets?
That's the thing, right? That's where I was like, "Yep, not for me, thanks." I'll
skip that part.
Little too soon for me to do that one. And we really didn't do anything else in there. But there's a restaurant, a couple bars. I mean, this place would be a perfect TMS hangout, TMS Vegas hangout.
I'll tell you the freakiest thing in the stuff you sent me is this photo or this video rather of you and Tina.
Oh yeah,
staring at the camera with what looks like a generator from Star Wars behind you, and you're not moving at all.
No, it took. So basically, I did live photo. Took about 10 photos using live photo, where we just stayed as completely still as we could, and I tried not to move the camera when I hit the button, so that it wouldn't move. I put one up as a GIF on Facebook this morning, but I need to look at the other. I need to look at all 10 of them and see which one is the best as far as not moving. Well, there's one where Tina blinks.
Yeah.
And it's really freaky because it's right when the video ends, and so she blinks, but her eye then fades in instead of her eye opening back up.
Well, what's weird about this one is this isn't even a live photo. You sent me like an actual video.
Oh no, it should be live photo.
No, it's an MOV. I got like a
really
full motion, full motion video.
I wonder if it converted it because I only took them as live photos. I didn't do.
Is it that they're stitched together or something?
It's on a loop. Like it's weird. It's only a 2-second loop or 3-second loop.
Okay, maybe that's just the format they give you. Because normally live photos I gotta click them to make them move, but this one's just always moving.
Oh yeah, no. Once you take a live photo, when you're looking at it in your gallery, if you swipe up, you can turn it into a looping GIF or a bounce GIF.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that makes it so cool because then you're like, oh, I really want to see what this looks like looped.
It's actually creeping me out.
The video, are you putting on screen?
Yeah, it's just showing the chat. It's like, I don't know, something very spooky about it. I can't put my finger on it. It's good though. It might be
Claire,
Tina.
I converted to a GIF. I actually uploaded it to Giphy. You can upload the live photos to Giphy and have them turned into GIFs.
Right.
And
I've done that before manually, but I didn't know it just did it. So that's cool.
It just did it. Yeah, it's really cool.
James and Svet are doing well. You got to see them. That's cool.
I did. They're doing great. Svet's mom passed away during COVID because of COVID just a couple weeks ago, and so that obviously that's something that she's having to deal with the aftermath of that, the getting her remains back to Bulgaria, things like that, so she can be buried back at home and stuff like that. But we, the four of us, Tina, me, James, and Svet, went up to Circa, the brand new hotel downtown. This is right across the street from the plaza.
Oh, no way.
And it's like it changes the whole look. We actually went to the plaza too, just to say, TMS Vegas, how much we miss it. Had some drinks in Oscar's Steakhouse, but then you come out of the plaza and there's this brand new hotel, and Circa is strip quality hotel downtown. They really haven't had another hotel that doesn't feel like it's downtown. Yeah, another resort downtown that doesn't feel like you're downtown. This one actually feels like you're.
What did they tear? What did they tear out to stick it in there? Do you know? Because they had to tear something out, right?
They did. And I can't remember what was on that corner. Mitsula probably will be able to tell us, but there was something else on that corner. And this thing is the tallest thing now downtown. And we went up to the Legacy Club, which is a bar at the very top. You have to get reservations, but then they've got an outdoor seating area and
sounds fancy.
Oh, it's fancy. And then you've got this beautiful overlook of all of Las Vegas, depending on which side you are. You can see down the strips, the stratosphere, and then the rest of the strip behind it. Yeah. Incredible. But the real highlight of Circa is a restaurant called 8 East. And it is an Asian restaurant that if you go during happy hour, if you get there before 5:30 and you can jam in a whole mess of food orders.
Yeah.
All their small plates are $8, and their small plates are, two of these small plates easily feed a person.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Of course, we ordered like 8 to 10 small plates between the four of us. But they have salt, and the thing for me were these salt and pepper wings, Chinese influenced salt and pepper wings that were crispy. So freaking simple, but it tasted so good.
Oh, it sounds good right now. Just the sound of that, the description
of that.
Salt and pepper. So amazing. Pepper wings.
Met up with Shoujo and Danny the next morning for breakfast at Mon Ami Gabi in Paris.
Yeah.
Which was lovely, getting to hang out with the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good thing you did. I hear that falls over in that new Zack Snyder movie. So you gotta.
Does it? Yeah, well, it does in the opening credits, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. You better get in there quick before that falls over.
And then Saturday night, met up with the Jen from America's Next Top Podcaster and Diamond Club and Geek Grills, and she's living out there now, teaching.
That's right, teaching. English? No.
Teaching English. Exactly
that's
right.
Yep. Yeah, I remember it was something like that. Well,
that's
fantastic.
We did kind of a little bar hopping thing downtown. So we're not downtown, but the Arts District.
Oh, right. So I love it over there. That's one of my favorite places.
It's really cool. Yeah, and it doesn't feel glitzy and overproduced. I mean, you're walking into like real bars and real restaurants, and of course ended up at the Cornish pasty for pasties like we had there in Las Vegas.
Yeah, like the Lord meant you to. You got to do that.
Like the Lord meant us to. Yeah. Exactly.
So it sounds like you had wall to wall stuff just packed.
We did. The whole time. We really did. And then yesterday turned out to be just for Tina and I, which worked out perfectly. We had not gotten any time in the pool because for some reason the 90-degree weather stopped the day we arrived in Vegas.
Yeah.
And started back up today.
Yeah.
But yesterday was about 80.
There was like a whole not depression or whatever you call it in the entire West where everything got colder. Yeah.
Everything got cold. Yeah, cool. Yeah. But we yesterday was great. So we went and we hung out at the pool for a few hours. It was exactly what we needed. And having it on the last day there, having this this day of relaxation right before we got on a plane was like, I'm glad this is the last day of our trip instead of the first day, and then kind of scrambling to get to the airport and stuff. So
yeah, you want that last bit the last stretch to be nice and chill.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like that's what you guys
got. But it was a good time, and it was like I said, for the most part, everything was still Everybody was still masked up. Oh, we went to the new Pinball Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, how'd that go? They moved it.
They
somewhere.
moved it. They got a big spot now on the Strip again, right across from Mandalay Bay, or down across from Mandalay Bay, with a ginormous sign on the front that says Pinball. Like you could ever miss this thing.
Yeah.
And things are more spaced apart. They've got probably 2.5 times the room they had than they did on Tropicana Avenue.
Yeah. Same amount of stuff, like same amount of
machines, maybe more machines. I think actually definitely more machines, because it's like it didn't feel like things were 2.5 times spaced apart. But everything's still in really good condition, playable. There's stuff in the back that they're working on fixing and refurbishing, but I get to finally play the new Avengers game.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Is it good?
It's great. It's a new pinball machine based on the Avengers. And
I'm talking to you, so exactly. It may as well have MODOK on it or something.
It may as well, yes.
Great.
And it probably does at some sort of bonus level thing. But
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
that
cool.
was a blast.
I'm glad those guys are doing well. Do they still have the weird foot thing? I can put a quarter in and have it vibrate my feet.
Yep,
they have
sure
that still.
Mitsula and I even talked about that. I did some pod racing in the little the episode 1 video game.
Yeah. They have joust there? No joust machine?
Oh, they absolutely have a joust machine. They have a joust machine, the video game, right across the same aisle as the Waterworld pinball machine. And Mitsula and I were saying, wow, what would Scott play?
I know. Both is the answer. Both.
both is the answer.
Yeah, I'd play both.
Both.
Well,
so anyway,
well done.
Great time.
Fun trip, sounds like.
Oh, I yelled at a guy in the airplane.
Oh, what was that about?
So, Tina, in the gate area, before we got on the plane, we're standing next to this guy who's got the nose, got the penis sticking out of his underwear, basically the mask, right? His nose is sticking out of the top of his mask.
Yeah.
And Tina's like, I'm probably going to end up sitting next to that guy. Sure enough, we get on the plane and he's in the aisle seat and we have the window in the middle seat.
Yeah.
And he still has the thing down on his nose, or down off his nose.
Yeah.
And Tina, when we sat down, Tina says, could you pull the mask up over your nose? And he's like, oh yes. And he has a German accent. Not that that's important to the story, irrelevant, but he's like, oh yes, I can pull it up. It keeps falling down though.
I like this story better that he's German, if that means
exactly.
anything. Yeah.
And it's one of these, it's just your regular medical grade mask, not a fancy, decorative mask.
Sure.
And as Tina says, could you pull that up over your nose? And he's like, oh yes, sorry, it keeps falling down. It's just doing it automatically, sorry. But it's okay, it doesn't matter, I've had my shots. and then I lean over and say, yeah, it matters. My wife is, immune compromised, so we'd like you to keep that on over your mouth and nose and mouth the entire flight.
Look at you going at him, going at the German.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay, yes.
He should.
And then he goes, so what did you have? And she goes, cancer. and then he goes, no, I mean, which of the vaccines did you get? We're like, Moderna.
Was he mad because it wasn't Pfizer? Because he likes the Pfizer?
Oh, yeah, good point. He probably would have been really happy if we had had the Pfizer.
The Pfizer's more efficient, he'd say, with his nose sticking out. Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a little confrontation. Everyone needs that once in a while.
Yeah, I needed it after the weekend,
Yeah, just let it rip.
Yeah.
Why not?
But all the casinos, I didn't mention this part, all the casinos, when you walk in, have signs that say, per the CDC's order, fully vaccinated visitors don't need to wear masks. By not wearing a mask, you're certifying that you have had the vaccine. And every casino had something like that on the entrance.
How do they enforce that, though? They really can't.
They don't. They can't. Yeah, it's basically just like it's the clicking on the EULA at the beginning of a video game saying, I will not pirate this game, I promise.
Yeah, that seems like it's not going to... It's not going to happen very well. We noticed there were places that we would go where if the door said mask required, we'd still wear them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If it said nothing, we'd go in and kind of look around and see what's up. And if people are wearing them, we'd wear them. And the third option was if just the staff were wearing them, then we would wear them. because that feels respectful. If
does,
nobody was in there wearing them, like staff, nobody, nothing, I'm like, whatever, get the coffee and let's go. Like, I don't care that much. So that's my gauge. Am I going to be there with other people? I would like to respect their wishes. That's what I'll do. That's it.
100%. That's exactly the way we handled it. Like if we, we would wear our masks into every place we walked into, then kind of gauge and see, all right, how's it feel in here? Do we feel like, is everything kind of spaced apart? All right, yeah, we'll take them off and be comfortable.
Right. Speaking of being comfortable.
Yeah.
Here's some comfort. I take great comfort in announcing that we are having a Battle Royale today. It has a slightly different title. We'll get to that in a minute. But Brian Dunaway is joining us from South Carolina. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
Good. I missed you this weekend.
We missed you. We missed you horribly.
I was using the universal you. Yeah. You guys.
Yeah. You guys. We missed you guys too, Brian Dunaway.
Did you watch a poopy movie just to be reminded what it's like while we were gone?
I don't need you guys to watch poopy movies. I watch poopy movies every day of the week.
That's true. That's kind of your usual thing. This week,
we should mention. Let's turn on something poopy. I'm bored.
We should mention this week we're doing something a little bit different. We haven't done this since Star Wars Episode 2017. Whatever the hell the movie was. What was it called? The Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens. Yeah.
We did that weekend, and that was weird because we couldn't do clips or anything because it was just a theater thing. But we were watching that Army of the Dead business this week, and that's on Netflix, and it's like fresh out of the shoot, and we're going to be doing it this Sunday, or Saturday. So look forward to that, everybody. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right, we're gonna play this game. Brian, you should explain this game. It's a little different today.
Yes, so welcome to the first edition of The Morning Squirm. That's a new title I just came up with, but it's still work in progress.
I'm not eating bull penises.
Okay.
Oh, well, all right. Bringing Joe Rogan in here. You're going to be eating some bull penises. This is a back-and-forth trivia game where our players will match wits on topics that Cliff Clavin would have offered up at the Cheers bar. Scott and Brian will take turns answering multiple-choice trivia questions, and if they get it wrong, the other player has a chance to steal. The first player to 5 points wins the prize for their contestant, and contestants are going to be pulled from members of the Tadpool that aren't able to listen live. So if you're a member of the Tadpool and you saw on Facebook or Discord recently, I'm taking your name and your email address to give you a chance to win a prize because it seems unfair.
And I'm selling it to Amazon.
That's right, exactly. But it seems unfair that our other games you have to be here live to be able to play. But in today's game, Dunaway, you're going to be playing for Sebastian in Montreal, Canada. And Scott is going to be playing for Tony in Cincinnati. And the winner is going to get Through the Darkest of Times and American Fugitive on Steam.
Great game.
And our runner-up is going to get War Groove. So even if your player doesn't win, you still get a prize.
There's no losers here.
So hold on. Through the Darkest of Times and American, those are two separate games.
Yes, Through the Darkest of Times and American Fugitive for our winner. They get 2 games.
Got it.
Our runner-up gets...
Oh, runner-up gets the 1. Okay, I got it now.
The 1.
Yeah, they don't get as much because
American Fugitive
winners.
Is awesome. Imagine Grand Theft Auto, but in the country. It's great. It's real good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Love that game.
Grand Theft Tractor.
Yeah, I liked it so much I got it twice. I have it on Switch and I have it on PC.
you gotta rob a peach farmer. It's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great game. It's a great game. There are cars in it, but it's you're out in the nowhere. It's not like you're the big city boy anymore. It's pretty good.
That's cool. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to let you guys call in the air. Brian, you get to call this in the air. I'm using the TMS Vegas challenge coin, as a matter of fact.
In that case, heads.
Oh, yeah.
There are heads, and there is Love the Show, though, is tails. You call heads. It is heads.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
Right there.
Well done.
Show the camera for safety. All right, so Brian Dunaway, you get the first question. I was thinking about doing these as John Ratzenberger. Yeah, it's a little known fact that...
I think it would help me if you did.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll do the first one. We'll just see how it goes. Because I didn't feel like I was going to do all 4 or all 5 of these questions like that. So, Tinku, it's actually a Bolivian festival where individuals... I'm not going to do this. A, beat the shit out of each other.
Wait. What was the name of it again?
I'll give you the question again.
Did you say Tinko?
Tinku, Tinku, is a Bolivian festival where individuals, A, beat the shit out of each other for 2 or 3 days straight, B, do everything without clothes for an entire week, C, are arrested if caught speaking anytime, or D, headbutt each other to say hello. A Bolivian festival named Tinku.
Well, if you hadn't given me multiple choices, I would have said something stupid like, they throw tomatoes at each other. There's another thing that happens there.
There's a thing in Spain where they do that.
There is.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
Never heard
Tinku.
of this.
Tinku.
What was C again?
Beat the shit out of each other for 2 or 3 days. C was are arrested if caught speaking at any time.
No, that's stupid. I don't think that. That's unagi. Okay. What was D again?
D is headbutt each other to say hello.
And these were what kind of people?
Bolivians. They're the Bolivians,
I don't know.
Marty.
I'm gonna go with D. Headbutt each other because
headbutt
why not?
Each other to say hello is incorrect.
Oh man,
Scott, you get the chance to steal. Our remaining answers are beat the shit out of each other for 2 or 3 days straight, do everything without clothes for an entire week, or are arrested if caught speaking at any time.
The clothes one. No clothes for a week.
No clothes.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, I see your Tinku.
That's right. Do everything without clothes for an entire week is wrong. You also beat the shit out of each other for 2 or 3 days straight.
What?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, what are the Bolivians doing? Really? That's a thing?
Yep. That's a thing, apparently.
Wow.
Now, is that like a surprise thing, or is it like you let them know?
I mean,
I'll be over to Tinku you in
I'm
5
sure
minutes.
it's got to be. They'd have to
It's
be
like the
willing
Purge.
participants.
You just hide in your house when Tinko rolls around if you don't want to be.
Yeah, it can't be like the Purge. They have. I'll bet they are like. They have to have some big group that are like into it in some field. I don't know. That seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I believe you. All right.
All right. Well, we're still at 0 points. I was thinking I might have to just give points to the other player if you get it wrong, but this is too much.
That'd work. Yeah. Either way.
We'll see. If we start getting to like question 8 or 9 and we still have on the board, then we'll go to it. All right, Scott, this one's for you.
Yeah.
The reason that people started clinking glasses together before drinking.
Okay.
All right. Is it A, to spill their drinks into each other's cups to prevent poisoning? B, because it sounds cool? C, medieval armies used it to mimic the sound of clashing armor? Or D, spies in ancient times used the sound to communicate secrets?
I think all of those are true. There's not like an E?
Okay, I'm gonna go with one that seems like it might not be. Probably is maybe. Let's say they do it because it's cool, because it sounds cool.
Sure. B, because it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Brian Dunaway, your chance to steal.
It's because they hit the swords together and it makes the noise. Is that C?
So medieval armies used it to mimic the sound of clashing armor?
Yeah, it sounds something stupid people would do.
It is indeed to spill.
Is it really splashing
into each other's cups?
That was so.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was so ridiculous. I didn't think that was even true.
I almost said that one.
All right, I'm learning. I'm learning this game now. Okay, yeah. I'm learning the questions. I'm learning the questioner. Yeah. Okay, now you're
getting a feel for this. All right. Well,
now I'm getting a feel for this.
You.
All right.
I just took a flight, and airlines have different ways of dealing with passengers who die mid-flight. Some Singapore Airlines planes come equipped with A, a special seat in first class complete with a bereavement blanket. B, an empty seat in the cockpit. C, a corpse cupboard to store the body until the plane lands. Or D, a recorded announcement alerting other passengers that there is a dead traveler on board.
Oh my God, those are all great answers.
I love the cockpit one. It's so good.
The first one is so freaking insane that they would have first class
bereavement
blanket that I feel like that's got to be the right answer. I'm going with A. Insano answer A.
All right, is it A? No, it is not. Scott,
I don't know this game at all. I thought I did.
I'm gonna say it's the cupboard, storage cupboard.
Yeah.
Corpse cupboard.
Yeah.
I almost went with the safe bet. Yeah.
We now have points on the board. Scott is correct. It is indeed the corpse cupboard.
Sweet corpse
that
cupboard.
That seems safe.
Yeah. Well, it was safe. Damn it. See, we didn't learn anything. Those last ones are crazy. Now that one was safe. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, points on the board. Who am I playing for?
You're playing for
Tony.
Tony in Cincinnati.
That's right. Tone Cincinnati. I'm on. We're on board,
Cincinnati.
buddy. We're in it.
All
We're in
right.
it to win.
Since you have a point, this one goes to Brian first to answer.
Oh, good. Yeah.
France was still doing this when the first Star Wars movie came out in 1977.
Wearing their pants. Oh, you're going to give me
That's
some
right,
choices.
Yeah, I'm going to give you some
go ahead.
choices, but that might be right. A, using the guillotine to execute people. B,
Right.
showing pornography in movie theaters. C, selling heroin over the counter. Or D, all of the above.
Oh. Ooh. See, I thought I knew it, and I stopped listening because I know they did the guillotine. I know they were doing the guillotine up until, well, they weren't, but it was all the way up until about that time. Ooh. So I'm going all the above then.
All the above, okay. Is it all the
I
above?
think he's right.
No, it is not. God, is it the guillotine,
Should have went safe.
pornography in theaters, or selling heroin over the counter?
Well, I
Paul
think
Rubens was disappointed.
the porn part, I think, is still a thing over there. I could be wrong. But I think that they would probably... I remember the guillotine story. I remember people saying, hey, when Star Wars came out, they were still chopping people's heads off. What do you think of that? So I'm going to say that. The guillotine
All
thing.
right. Guillotine is correct. Scott has 2 points.
Sweet. 2.
All right. This one, again, I guess, Brian, until you tie things up. It gives you the chance, right, to score a point before it goes
That's
to
right.
Scott.
That's right.
In ancient Greece, the brazen bull was known to be A, the first known fast food franchise, B, a form of torture in which criminals were roasted inside a brass bull statue,
Ooh.
C, a game in which criminals would impale one another with bull horns, or D, the name of a prized warrior known for collecting the cocks of his combatants. I probably should have said a different word there. The weens of his combatants.
What? I guess
I
there
did
was.
read these questions before I typed
I
them
guess
in.
I guess B bull penises did come up.
They always do.
What was B again?
B is a form of torture in which criminals were roasted inside a brass bull statue.
That one sounds the most logical, and I've been passed by those a couple of times. I'm going to go with the most logical, reasonable sounding one, B.
You are absolutely correct. It is indeed B. It
yes!
is the brass bull.
Nice.
And
I'm
Brian
really
now
glad
has
it's
points
not
on the
other
board.
one. Yeah.
All right.
Now who?
Your sixth question here.
And this goes to Brian, right? Because I'm still
This
ahead.
goes to Brian because you're still ahead, Scott.
All
Yep.
right.
In 1944, 9 American airmen were shot down in Japan. 8 of them were captured and tortured, 4 of whom were chopped up, cooked, and served to Japanese officers.
I don't like this story.
The 9th man was A. John McCain,
No.
B. Mel Brooks, C. Ronald Reagan, or D. George Herbert Walker Bush.
Oh my God.
Those guys.
These all sound insane. What year was this again?
This is
1944?
1944, yes.
Okay.
Well, there's one you know isn't it.
I mean, right. I mean, it just feels like. In which Bush did you say?
George
Herbert-
H.W. Bush. Mhm.
Okay, H. Okay.
Walker.
Oh, I'm going with Old Man Bush.
Old
You
Man
don't want
Bush
to talk about it.
is correct. 2
Oh,
points
wow.
for Brian Dunaway. It's tied up.
They almost ate a
Yeah, McCain's
future
too
president.
young. Mel Brooks would have never stopped talking about it, and
That's true. It's totally true.
Yeah.
Right.
Who was the other one that you said?
Ronald
Oh,
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald
yeah.
Reagan.
No, he was
Yeah.
just like, he didn't even
Yeah.
go, right? Wasn't he? He always
Right.
talked a lot about the war, but didn't go.
Right, I
Right.
think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was busy
All right,
after number
it's
2.
tied up. This one goes back to Scott.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Lake Natron in Tanzania is so alkaline that animals entering the water, A, turn into statues,
Ooh.
B, pass out from the fumes, C, slowly go insane, or D, burn themselves but realize it too late.
But realize it too late. It's like a slowly boiling frog. Let's do that one, actually. D.
The D, burn themselves but realize it too late?
Yeah.
No, that is not correct, Brian. Is it turn
that's a
into
logical
statues, pass out from the fumes, or go insane?
Go insane. C. I'm going with it. They go
All
insane.
right.
They start dancing around like crazy animals. Go ahead.
That is incorrect. It is actually so alkaline that animals, when they enter the water, turn into statues.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
So is it?
Yeah.
Does it
Like
deal? Is it like
calcification or something that
really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's rapid. And can you keep one, like a little keepsake of a dumb animal?
Yeah, but you have to go in and get it. How are you going to do that?
Wow. All right.
Poke it with a stick.
They need to get They need to get some pH balance in that lake. That's crazy.
BioCow, is that a photo of a
I'm soaking in it.
Crazy. All right. This one, I guess,
We're
stays
tied.
with Scott. Yeah,
Okay.
you're tied. In 1911, an orphanage in Paris did this to babies in order to raise funds.
Oh boy.
A, had them compete in a crawling competition. B, sold their clothes and dressed them in potato sacks.
Okay.
C, raffled them off. Or D, painted them the colors of the French flag for a parade.
I love these atrocities of humanity
Yes.
trivia questions.
Raffled them off. I would think that would be the most sensible thing to do.
You say raffled them off?
Yeah.
That is correct. They raffled them off.
Really?
Indeed,
Well, if
yeah.
an orphanage?
Yeah, but think about it. You have no shortage of incoming. You got to get more outgoing. So
Well,
you,
that's stupid. Of course, that's what you're gonna do. That was
Yeah.
actually.
the
Okay,
thing
whatever.
with the sacks is
I mean,
just temporary.
I think the problem is trying to get kids out of the orphanage. I don't think
Right.
people
So you
would
raffle them
people
off.
would pay for them.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
but you can get them for free.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That makes no sense.
We'll just make our own. We're good. Yeah, we have the recipe.
Yeah, that is weird.
Well, I
That
mean,
is
you
a
can go to
little
the
weird.
orphanage and get one for free. I mean, you don't even have to make your own, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That
Well,
is
was
weird.
it was the orphanage though that sold them.
Yeah, that's weird. Because
Okay.
isn't the orphanage?
they
the
were
place
free
to go?
last week. This week,
Yeah,
we're
this week
raffling them off.
charging.
That's right. Babies, 200% more.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We're getting close to time, so we'll make this one the.
Tiebreaker.
Well, it's not. You guys aren't tied anymore. Scott has 3.
Oh.
Brian has 2. Tell you what.
Let's call it a
this will
tie.
Go to Brian. If you get a tie, then we'll have a tiebreaker question. But if not, Scott wins, and Tony in Cincinnati gets the prizes.
All right.
He gets 2 of
Sounds
the
good.
prizes. All right.
And then I can auction off my children. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You can auction off your children. Brian, this one goes to you. In medieval times, how would doctors test for diabetes? Would they A, taste your urine,
Ugh.
B, stick a syringe into your eye, C, rub sugar on your wrist, or D, feel the temperature of your armpit?
God, feel a temperature armpit just seems like the most right on answers. So, but I mean, come on. You know that you can taste sugar in somebody's pee. I know that's like
You
a
can?
thing.
You can?
It's supposed to be a thing.
Ugh.
So maybe that's where it came from.
So you think
Taste the
that?
pee.
All right.
Tasting
Are you
the
saying
pee?
tasting the urine?
I think so.
That is absolutely correct. We have a
Yeah.
tiebreaker situation.
I'd heard that before. That would have been my answer as well. All right, so
right.
tiebreaker. Here comes everybody. This is intense.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Tiebreaker question. And what we'll do.
Hands on buzzers.
No hands-on buzzers, because I don't have that set up. But I will take both of your answers at the end, and whoever gets it right. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
And
Sure.
I'm going
In
to say whatever Scott
Switzerland-
says. Go ahead.
There you go. In Switzerland, there is a statue of a man stuffing these into his mouth, and nobody knows why. Is it A, infants, B, real human
Infants.
skulls?
Infants. I've seen this statue, and he's naked. He has a wiener out. Infants.
Scott sounds so sure. I'm going with infants. Let's get.
Well, I'm taking Scott. Scott buzzed in. I'm taking it. That's it.
Is that correct?
It is indeed infants. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've
didn't
seen
even get
this
to
thing.
kittens and French fries. So congratulations to Tony in Cincinnati.
I saw this photo.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
this thing. The part Brian didn't mention is that he's naked. which is just makes it worse. I don't know what's going on
Does
with
it
that.
make it worse?
Weirdest expression.
Does it
on
make
his
it better?
face.
It makes it way worse.
Hey,
Worse.
I would have a weird expression on my face too if I was shoving raffled off infants into my face.
The photo shows him fully dressed, but
Oh, does
Scott-
it? I
Scott
thought he.
saw a mistake
What am
in-
I thinking of? I've seen this same stat. Or I thought I saw one where a guy was maybe he was just fighting babies. Now I gotta look it up since we're doing
Yeah.
it. Hold on. Did I just
the
get
picture
lucky?
BioCow just put in the tadpole of this thing is horrendous.
Let me take a look at it. Okay. So
I
this
don't
may
want
not
to see
be-
Scott's search history at all. Not
this
at
is
all.
not. This isn't the one. The one I'm.
Oh,
Right,
look,
you were
it's,
visualizing something. You were visualizing
far-
something that was a because I think I was visualizing it too. It's a piece of art, like from Dante's Inferno or something. Where
Why
there's...
is Farquaad from Shrek eating these babies? Why is
it is Farquaad from
Oh, I
Shrek.
found it. It's a sculpture in Oslo, Norway, and he's
Oh, really?
fighting
Oh, give us a
babies.
link.
That's what it is. He's fighting off babies. I just got lucky
Oh.
with this one. Here, let me find it. I'll find it and then I'll share it, and then you'll all not know that I'm insane.
Okay.
Hold on, here it is.
Well,
they're like, where are your replacements? And he's like, I'm fighting you. Let's fight.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in our chat here. There we go. Okay, so there's that, and then chat room. You guys can see it here.
Oh, jeez.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one.
Yeah, like the one on his foot.
I think you sent me this.
Yeah, look at the one on his foot. He's like, get off! Get off my foot, you little brat.
Get off me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be naked here. What's this? What are all these kids doing? All right.
Wow.
This is not how do you. So yeah, he's totally confused on how to have babies.
Yeah.
It's like he thinks that's how you do it.
That's a very odd sculpture, but that's the one I thought you were talking about. It's hilarious that I got it right. All right.
It's good that you got it right, and congratulations again to Tony in Cincinnati. You're getting through the darkest of times, an American Fugitive on Steam. But Sebastian in Montreal, you're not walking away empty-handed. You're getting a copy of War Groove.
Nice. Nice. Look at that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Away. Look, we've earned our keep is what we've done.
We did it. We did it.
Yeah, having you here is always good. Tomorrow we'll do the Boop Show together, you and I. Got a lot to talk about there, so that'll be fun. And
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah, Film Sack this week.
I've been
Army of
playing
the
a
Dead.
really cool game.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. What is it?
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't have to tell me.
the
now.
Wild Ed Heart Day 1 release on the Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Cool little adventure game there. I'm
Do you see
digging
that-
it.
Do you see that weird dodgeball game they put out? EA just put out on there on Game Pass.
No.
It's called Knockdown
Dodge My
City,
Balls.
Knockout City, something like that.
It's called Can You Dodge a Wrench?
It's it's really fun. I played that a whole bunch when I got home yesterday, and I was surprised how much fun that
KO
is.
City, says Carter.
There it is. Oh, KO City. Yeah,
KO
Carter,
City.
I guess, it's really fun. It's a very good time. And it's cross-play, which is nice. So there's that.
Kicking Orphans. That's what it's called. Kicking Orphans KO City.
Speaking of orphans, I'm kicking Brian out. Bye. All right, he's out. He's not really an orphan. He has a mother and a father.
All right, so feel free if you've got an idea of how to maybe tighten that game up. I'm going to be looking at ideas and figuring it out myself. But maybe you just get 5 questions. Whoever has the most points after 5 questions, or the steal doesn't get to guess; they just get the point automatically.
Oh, I see.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed
We'll figure
it.
it out.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's fun.
The main thing is I like that we got to involve people that don't normally call in or can't call in. So
exactly, and weird ass questions.
that's right. It's good stuff. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back around, Bill will be here. We got a question for him and a little bit of time with Steven Schleicher. He's back this week, so stick around for that. And apparently, quite the Monday morning mashup after all that. Before that
really?
happens,
Okay.
though, we need to take a break, and that break involves the playing of the following song.
Yeah, this is sent to me directly from Brittany Stearns, not Britney Spears, Brittany Stearns from Publicity Nation. It's like a perfect fit for TMS. This guy sounds like he could be a TMS listener who put together this song, but he's a musician named Carter Brady. The bass player from Spin Doctors, Mark White, is also on this track, helping him out. The song is called Chasing Vampires. It's like a classic rock 90s alternative mixed together, but kind of polished up. It's really, really good. And if you like the song, make sure to check out the music video. It is, again, Carter Brady. The song is Chasing Vampires.
I see. So that's what's going on in town.
Yes.
Hey, Birdum. This is the morning stream. Bye-bye.
All right, we've returned back from that song. That song again
Yes, that song again is Carter Brady. The song is called Chasing Vampires. Brand new single from Carter Brady.
Nice. One of the lesser-known Bradys from the Brady bunch.
Yes.
Hey, look at this, everybody. It's time for us to call Bill and talk to him, because why the heck not? I've been thinking about Bill a lot. I'll tell you why in a second.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
but before we do that, we got to play this here deal.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
The reason I've been thinking about Bill a lot is because I've been replaying the Mass Effect series in the form of the new Legendary Trilogy release.
Awesome.
Which is all remastered, 4K, HDR, frame rate, blah, 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 all that stuff, 120 frames per second. It looks amazing and holds up really well, and that game's incredible. And the reason I think of Bill, of course, is some of my first and earliest interactions with Bill were him building cool stuff around that game, or around that series, and then, of course, Dragon Age and all those other things. So I've just been thinking a lot about it. Every time Shepard pulls his pistol out and there's like a Paragon / what's the other one? Renegade option. There's that pistol. There's that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I should bring mine to the couch when I'm playing and hold it up every time it happens. I don't, but I should.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, you should. It's the right thing to do and the tasty way to do it. But anyway, it's KT80 has one as well. Yeah, his Mass Effect blaster is just amazing.
Yes, awesome.
It's really, that just represents a very Builder-and time for me.
It does, right?
Yeah. This is an amazing game, though. I'm in the middle of 2 again, and just, oh man, I'm loving it so much. I can't wait to finish it out, and then I'm gonna play Andromeda because A, they fixed a bunch of the problems it had, and B, I just want more. I love that world. I want more. So keep it coming. And hey, EA, if you got more coming, great. Make some more Mass Effect, please, because I'll play them. All right, Bill, it's good to have you here. Of course, the purveyor of all things Punish Props at punishprops.com comes on the show on Tuesdays or Mondays, and we talk about cool stuff that he's making and or the way he makes things. And this week we got a question from somebody named Terry 2B. Now, Terry 2B, I just have to ask. In Heroes of the Storm, we call Jim Raynor Two-Button Terry. Is this a reference to that with the 2 and the B and the Terry? I'm curious. Anyway, write in and let me know. He says this: Hey, Bill, what's the worst shop accident you've ever had? And what advice do you have for others to avoid that kind of thing? From Terry. What would you say to Terry or anyone else who's looking to be safe? And also, what is your worst terrible thing? Because I don't know if we've heard it.
Sounds like, oh my God, it sounds like it's going to be a Saw movie level of torture.
Probably a saw involved, right? Probably some sort of saw.
Not too bad. I have been quite fortunate in my workshop accidents. Believe it or not, in my entire life, I have never broken a bone and I've never needed stitches.
Damn.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very nice. I've never had stitches, but I've had broken bones, so you one-upped me. Nice job.
There have been a couple of times when I thought, boy, this feels broken. but I didn't get it checked out, so I don't know. It's a little mysterious there, but
sure.
And there have been a couple times where I got a cut where I thought I should probably get that stitched, but if I super glue it closed, that might do it, and the super glue works. So
sure.
I'm not saying I don't get hurt in the shop, but never bad enough to obviously require the intervention of an expert.
But you've got some friends, like even like YouTube pals, that have like lost fingers and digits and stuff, right? Like,
I'll get to that in a moment. I will say though, the very worst I've done in the shop has been with a hot glue gun. It was like 3 a.m. I was actually desperately trying to finish my Dragon Age costume, my Hawk Mage costume. And I was hot gluing pieces of fur onto the costume, and I covered the back of a piece of fur in hot glue, and then instead of putting it on the armor, I dropped it on the palm of my hand, glue down.
Oh
wow.
And that burned a lot. That burned really, really badly.
Jeez.
So that was the worst I had ever done, and my hand healed up just fine.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I was afraid you were going to tell something dark and horrible, like
I
had to cauterize a hemorrhoid, and I used a glue gun to do it. Or,
no. Although the other day I was using a power drill, and it skipped off of the screw, and the spinning tip of the Phillips drill bit did sort of carve a neat little hole in my thumb. That happened.
A neat little hole.
Little things like that happen every once in a while.
A nice clean hole.
Yeah, it was like a tiny little melon baller went in there and just scooped out a hunk of flesh. Little things like that's healed up though. It's fine now. There's a tiny scar, but little things like that happen all the time, but nothing too horrible.
Yeah.
I have been taking my workshop safety pretty seriously, especially over the last few years, and there were two things that inspired me, other than obviously it's the right thing to do, and I'm getting older and feeling a little more safety conscious.
Fragile. Yeah.
A little more fragile. Definitely feeling very mortal.
Right, yeah.
So the two things that really inspire me. One, I have an older friend. By older friend, I mean a friend who's been working in Hollywood in the effects industry for like 40 years, right? He's in his 60s. He's been doing it forever.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, he said something that really struck a chord with me. He said something like, now that I'm in my 60s, my friends, I have friends who are starting to die of the things we were joking about in our 20s.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you open the can of barge and you're like, woo, getting high on glue fumes, isn't that? Well, they were doing that, in the 80s and 90s and not wearing proper safety equipment, not having a ventilated space, and getting cancer.
Yeah.
Like that like Stan Winston. What did Stan Winston die of? He died of cancer.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So hearing that from someone who's been doing it for a long time and getting that little bit of reality was helpful for me. I was like, okay, right. I'm still pretty young compared to other people in the effects industry who've been doing it a long time. If I make a difference now or a change now, it'll make a difference 20, 30 years from now. So that inspired me a lot. The other thing...
That's good to think. Actually, that's good in general. Just everybody. Like, pay attention to older people when they give you good advice. Some of that stuff's good. I mean, if they come up to you and go, I still don't think those colored people should be... Not that kind of advice.
No.
That's not what
advice,
I mean. Yeah. But if they come at you
use
and
your
go...
best judgment on which piece of advice to follow.
Yeah. But when they're saying things like, 30 years ago, I used to work with reckless abandon in the shop, and now I have a third eye. Okay. Maybe we avoid that. It's good advice. Good advice, Grandpa.
Sure.
Yeah.
The other event that really inspired me, a friend of mine, he's about my age, built his own pressure pot, which is a tool we use to compress liquids and stuff. He built his own, and he's a really smart guy. Super smart.
Yeah.
But not quite smart enough to think of everything. And there was a weak spot in the pressure pot, and it exploded. Like it's a real bomb. I have a pressure pot. It is a professionally made one. It was very expensive, and it will not blow up. The homemade one, he missed one little detail, and it blew up. And he's still with us, but only barely. Like it could have killed him.
So when you say pressure pots, these are like those screw down, like
pressure cooker kind of things.
It's like a pressure cooker, but you don't add heat. You just pump air into it and pressurize it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And any pressure vessel should be handled carefully, just in general in life.
Even your little Instapot that you have at home.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's a reason you can't open that thing. That little tab goes down. You can't open that thing while there's any sort of pressure in there.
Yep. It's a tiny little bomb. It's exactly what it is. It's a little bomb.
Yeah.
So anyway, he lost an eye. He's a very good sport about it. But that kind of sent a ripple through our community. We're like, holy crap, we are all fragile human beings who need to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, no kidding. Nobody wants to lose an eye from their pressure cooker.
Yeah,
what do you use a pressure pot for, by the way, in prop making?
Yeah.
So when you cast resin, there can be tiny little bubbles in there, and especially if it's a transparent resin, you'll see those bubbles.
Oh, sure.
So you pour the liquid resin into your mold, you put it in the pressure pot before it's cured, and then you pressurize it, and those little bubbles get compressed into solution, and then it cures that way, and those bubbles are gone.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really magical. It's a super impressive process.
Yeah.
Oh, I just found a video of a pressure pot exploding. Holy Moses.
God.
Yeah, perhaps avoid that.
Yeah. Well, imagine if your head was like 3 feet away from that thing. That's what happened to my friend.
It's horrendous. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad he's with us.
He's doing great.
Yeah. That's real bad.
So, like I said, ever since those things, I've been taking workshop safety pretty seriously. So, how do I stay safe? Here's some good advice.
All right.
Not being in a hurry. That's the biggest thing. Being in a hurry is going to get you hurt. And then the second most important thing, or it's probably the first or second, whatever you're working on, focus on the task in the moment. This can be hard if you have a podcast playing or music going. If you're doing something hard, turn off that podcast, or something that might be dangerous, turn off the music. Focus on the thing you're doing in the moment. I catch myself every once in a while thinking about what I'm going to do next. Okay, I'll cut these 4 things out. All right, then what do we have to do next? My mind will wander.
Yeah.
If I'm standing in front of the table saw when I'm doing that, that's a bad time for my mind to wander. So you just got to stay focused on the time at hand. If you're having a bad day and your mind is all over the place, don't use a table saw.
Push that project off until tomorrow. Yeah.
And that goes along with not hurrying as well.
Yeah.
And then safety equipment is critical. Lungs, that's the one that will get you over a long period of time if you are negligent. Working in a well-ventilated area whenever using any chemicals is super important. My basement is not terribly well ventilated. If I need to use any noxious chemicals, I should do that outside or open a window with a fan pointing out, and also wearing a respirator with the correct filters. Those are all really important. Your ears, I keep earmuffs, like ear protectors, at all of my loud tools. So next to my grinder, next to my bandsaw, I just keep ear protection there. So you go to use that tool, you put on the ear protection. You can get ear protectors at Harbor Freight for less than $10 each, so you might as well buy a few of them.
There's no excuse.
That's right.
My wife's dad, woodworker guy, and spent his whole life, building everything from, people would redo their homes in New Orleans. He'd go out there and do all the woodwork or whatever, all the finishing and stuff. And he has 2 things now. He's, I guess, 70, 71, that came from all that work. And one is the hearing thing. He didn't muffle enough. And the second is he's got like a persistent, always kind of congestion thing from all the sawdust. So he'd wear protection, but it wasn't great protection, and the ventilation in there wasn't great. So he's had enough like wood filing chippings in his chest for long enough that now it's just like having a permanent cold.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
And there's certain things you might breathe in, like metals. Sometimes I'll work with like aluminum powder.
Yeah.
If you breathe that in, that aluminum is going to be a part of you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are things you can absorb and breathe into your body that will never leave.
Yep.
Just there's no way to remove it. So the only way you can keep that from happening is from preventing it from getting in the first place.
That's right. If you don't want that old... Oh, never mind, I'm not going there. I had an idea. It popped into my head. I could have taken a path, and I decided not to take it. Congratulations, Scott. You really avoided some emails.
So I'm setting up the basement right now for our shop, and I have a dust collector. It's not a great dust collector. I could get a better one, but I have a dust collector from Harbor Freight, and I'm going to set up ducting to attach it to all of my tools that generate a lot of dust. I also have a dust filter. It's a big machine that just pulls air in, filters out the dust, and pumps out clean air. So, you run the dust collection, you run the dust filter, you wear a dust mask or a respirator if you're creating dust, and you do this every single time you turn on one of those machines. And that's just the rule. It's just the rule for the rest of your life. The alternative is, I'm not feeling like turning all that stuff on today. I'd rather be part wood. I'd rather absorb wood or plastic
like the
or metal.
alkaline lake and animals turning into statues. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Obviously, gloves protect your hands. My hands are the things that probably get beat up the most. But they're doing okay. Again, no stitches yet. And then eyes, obvious. You don't like.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose. You get a shard of something in your eye, and that's it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you want your eyes are good. If you've got eyes, you want to keep them if you can.
Even if they suck.
Yeah,
they're still better than
bad
nothing.
eyes. Oh yeah, dude, bad eyes are so much better than no eyes. Freaking forget it.
So I have my normal glasses on all the time. That's not necessarily good enough. If I'm doing anything dumb. I have a face mask that goes over my whole face. And I also have prescription safety glasses that I splurged on a few years ago. So if I'm like using the grinder a bunch, I put a dust mask on, I put my safety glasses on. If you're really worried, put that face mask in front of it too. Like I have this big face shield. Because if I got a shard of something in my cheek, it's not gonna blind me, but I got now I got a cheek scar. I don't want to deal with. So.
Do you
make my money with this face?
Do you when you say splurged, what does it cost these days to get prescription protective eyewear? I assume it's not horrible, but it's probably
I remember I had what was it? I had a certain amount I could spend based on whatever insurance I had at the time. I think it was like $400 or $500 for that pair.
Yeah.
But it was also like we were shopping at a designer place because we had insurance money to spend. If I was spending my own money, I probably would have shopped around a bit. But I think it was like $400 or $500.
Okay, that sounds about what I would expect.
Yeah. But I'm here to tell you that you cannot spend that kind of money to get your eyeball back. So
no, you can't.
Exactly. It's a lot cheaper to get the prescription protective glasses.
Yeah. You're not gonna. In fact, there is no price you can pay to get your eyeballs back.
There is not yet. Anyway, crossing my fingers for cyborg eyes soon. Again, those sucky eyeball. My -6.5 vision would love to just be replaced by some robo-mechanical eyes.
Yeah, dude.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's how my eyes were before my surgeries. They're horrendous. They're better now, but hey, this modern science can't fix everything, so don't poke them out, okay?
Yep.
That's the
rule.
rule.
Them eyeballs.
Good stuff all around. Take care of yourselves in there, and whatever, even if it's small stuff, you're just messing with 3D printers for the first time. Just kind of know your way around them, Don't get certain melted stuff and you're breathing and
those hot ends get hot.
They get really hot.
Little shards of PLA are friggin' sharp, man.
Yeah.
Look out for those. They'll pop off of a thing and go right in your eye.
That's right. You get a bright green sliver somewhere. You don't want that. Let's do a quick bonus link. You got something this week?
Yeah. Alex the cook, the French guy cooking, he's doing a whole series on fried rice that is just phenomenal.
Wow. Speaking of rice cookers, let's see here.
I want to see what's pixelated out in this image here.
Oh, yeah. It's so enticing.
Oh, there's something pixelated. Oh, I didn't see the preview. Rice. He's got that dark rice, that squid. Did you do squid?
Oh, squid ink. Yeah.
Oh, that's so. I don't have the guts to do it. I've tried to think. I've been tempted. I can't do it.
It's got such a light flavor. You'd be fine with it. It's completely.
Oh, but it's the nervous squirt of a freaking squid. It's a squid going, oh shit, and then leaving the ink. Ugh.
It's not pee. It's not poop. It's just ink.
It's the third awful thing.
My high school wrestling nickname was Nervous Squirt.
It was also your finishing move.
Yeah.
Just shoot a bunch of ink and then swim away.
Yep, there you go. That's how you get out. All right, Bill, as always, a pleasure. Continue being safe and making rad stuff. Everybody out there, go check out punishprops.com. And, of course, give him a follow on Twitter. We'll see you soon. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, squid ink can't do it.
Oh, you'd be fine.
How many have you had?
Of all the weird, I've had a lot of it actually.
Do you just crap black for the next 3 weeks or
no?
Okay.
No. Ugh. I don't even. It's not a strong flavor, so it's not something I seek out. Like, oh, I hope they've got squid ink. But if it's like a squid ink pasta anyway, and it's the rest of the meal is something I would have ordered, be like, oh yeah, that sounds great. I'll totally get that.
Because it just feels like it's like eating skunk smell pasta. It's the nervous thing a skunk does. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's like a little stink gland that's separate from
it's used for the same thing, but it's not like you're eating skunk spray, right? It's a different animal. It's a different thing.
Right. No, I get it, but I'm saying I would be as likely to do that as I would the other. Like I don't understand why somebody's greasy defensive mechanism is something I want to put on a plate and eat. I don't know why that sounds so bad to me.
Trying to think of another good example, but I can't think of anything that we'd eat on the regular that is some sort of animal defense.
I mean, I guess we're, whatever. People make amazing food out of everything now, so
sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Who can complain? All right, let's get Steven Schleicher in here. Now, he was gone last week. I don't know if you remember that, but he...
I remember that. I marked it on my calendar to dock his pay.
Yeah, he had a bit of a meeting type deal. So now he's back.
Steven Schleicher. Steven Schleicher.
Ooh, Cleo has a good point about honey. It's not a defensive mechanism, but it's freaking it's bee spit, right? Bee barf. Yeah, see, that's pretty gross. But
it's their response to pollen.
I guess I do eat them. All right, hey, it's Steven Schleicher. You like a good honey bum, bee excrement, right? Are you into that? You like that?
Honey bum.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad
when
to hear
I used
it,
to have allergies really, really bad.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, well, none of these medications are helping you. You might want to just try, what is it, native honey?
Local honey.
Local honey. You need to find honey that's
area.
local.
Yeah.
And at the time, we couldn't find any in my immediate area. So if we ordered it or had to go somewhere else to get it, it would have been out of the area that I was most allergic to. So.
Right. And stuff's coming to mind now. Like whale vomit is a huge thing in the perfume industry.
Ambergris or whatever it is.
Yeah. Someone in the chat mentioned the anal gland of a beaver is used for like flavoring something.
But again, you're not eating any of that stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I am, but I guess I probably am. In the case of the vanilla extract anal beaver thing, I probably am, right? And just not knowing
Probably
that
not.
I'm eating.
No,
that.
because I think 99% of your vanilla that you get is from vanilla beans.
From Benines.
Benines.
Okay.
Yes. Benicio del Toro is where you get your vanilla.
But honey, I mean, I'll eat honey. I like honey.
And you like eggs.
Do you like eggs? Those come out of a chicken's vajay, or whatever they call it. What is a chicken? It's a vagina, right? For a chicken?
Well, we figured out the name is the
the Clovis.
Cloaca.
Clevis.
Yes.
Oh, cloaca. Yes, we did this. We had this discussion.
Yes, exactly.
Cloaca. Yeah, I do have eggs. I'll have eggs. I don't know.
You guys ever drink that poop coffee?
Oh, the civet cat
yeah.
stuff?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I
Don
never did.
Vickers got me some of the civet cat coffee, and it is delicious.
Oh, I guess I tasted it because I wanted to do it for the show or whatever. But
See?
yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to go drink a ton of it. I can't. I have a harder time separating that stuff in my head. It's just harder for me. And like, when you eat, I don't know, like a steak, you didn't have to go out and like slaughter the animal. And if I did, I'd probably
know exactly
feel different.
where the steak is coming from.
Right. I killed it with my own hammer. Like I didn't have to do any of that. Or like a chicken. I didn't have to go cut its head off and bleed it and feather it and all that. So I think part of me is like, I would be lousy in this like 1700s, 1800s. I would be the worst because I'd have to see everything like that. I guess I'd be used to it because I lived then, but I don't know. Anyway, hey, speaking of poop,
It's
poop
nothing
coffee.
to do with anything.
No, it has nothing to do with anything. Hey, I didn't see MODOK yet because I was out of town, so I haven't had a chance. Brian, did you consume
I
any?
did. I downloaded the first few episodes to my iPad for the flight home.
Yeah.
And watched the first two on the plane. And it's...
Oh, man.
People love it. You don't like it? People love it.
It's fine.
It is amazingly mediocre.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a really good...
I thought I must
it's
be reading all the wrong
produced.
reviews or something. Everybody I thought was raving on this thing. No.
And Pat, I mean, the voice work is great. It's just, I don't know. I need more of something. I either need more cameos by really goofy but real Marvel characters, or I need better humor that isn't just, I fart in the marital bed.
Yeah. If you like Robot Chicken and Fincher Brothers, this will have you on the floor laughing every 5 minutes.
Yes, it is absolutely the same level of humor as Robot Chicken, which I watch, and I think I watch more for the pop culture. Oh, wouldn't it be funny if Harry Potter was an auctioneer or something like that? It's that kind of humor. But
I will say there are some moments in this, and especially at the end, and without spoiling too much, the end is
the whole way through.
Yeah, in fact, I fell asleep a couple of times because I was just, this is so mediocre. I'm going to sleep for like 10 minutes and still be able to pick up what's going on.
MODOs.
But the ending really anticipates that they're going to get a second season out of this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And there are some little fun, little touching moments that go on in this, and there are some nice pieces. But for the most part, it's just like, give me a highlight reel, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
Speaking of MODOK, I didn't see it, but I got in a mood while I was on this trip I'll put this in the chat here.
Oh yeah, that's right. We never even talked about this.
Yeah,
This
I decided
amazing,
to make
this
a
amazing
Brydock.
thing.
It's Brian Ibbett as MODOK. And most people's comments were fart gas, because that's
well, it's true.
Yeah, but yeah, like I was such in the mood for this show that I drew that. I was super stoked about it. I downloaded 2 episodes, didn't have time to watch them, so I just didn't. But now I'm nervous. Now my couple of people I trust in this area aren't loving it.
Yeah, and one of them's even a huge MODOK fan. Has a big MODOK right here next to me.
Yeah, look at that.
Hi, I'm Patton Oswalt.
As far as all the voice actors go, it's really great. As far as some of the situations, so the main setup is, and this is just spoiler for episode 1. MODOK AIM is out of money, so he sells his company to some mega corp, and now he has to deal with.
Right, a Google knockoff.
Yeah, and then his wife is divorcing him.
So,
there's your premise for the rest of the season.
Sumero from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You've got Beck Bennett from SNL as what's his name? Not Justin. What's the dude?
Austin Van Deer.
Austin
Durr, whatever. Ben Schwartz. You said him, I think.
Schwartz.
Amy Garcia. She's great. I like her. She's funny. Well, that's a bummer. I'm a little bummed now.
I don't know what I wanted differently, because it is definitely played up as a comedy with some soft moments in it.
Yeah.
I kind of was wanting something more. Let's not make MODOK a dumbass.
Right.
But he's MODOK. Yeah. He's supposed to kind of be a dumbass. Right?
I mean, exactly. He needs to be. He's still kind of a quote unquote genius mastermind.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, just want a little bit more, and maybe they get this first season off out of the way, and they'll be able to do something a little bit more.
I've never heard you so meh on anything before in my life. This is the most meh.
It's very meh.
Okay.
Oh, wait till we talk about Army of Darkness.
Oh,
Army of the Dead.
Oh, really?
Hey, all right. So we're doing that for Film Sack this weekend. Sounds like we may have picked a good one then. Because
I think so. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here are my thoughts on Army of the Dead.
Okay.
If you like zombie movies and you like Ocean's 13. You're going to enjoy this movie. I enjoyed this movie. It is a zombie movie.
Yeah.
It's also a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, Zack Snyder's editor, who is Dodie Dorn, needs to be sat down and have an explanation and be explained to him that not everything that you shoot has to go into the piece. This is a 2.5-hour movie that could be trimmed down to a really tight and really super fun 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah. I heard that too. I heard it's my oldest daughter texted me last night. She says, "Have you seen it yet?" I said, "Not yet." She goes, "It's total crap and we loved it." So
yeah, and it's fun. I mean, it is a zombie movie. Don't expect anything more than a zombie movie. People are going to die.
Yeah.
There's a weird bit that is totally. I kind of know why it stayed in there, but they could have trimmed out this whole, and I don't want to spoil it because it is kind of a bit. But there's this whole thing when you get to it, you'll go, now, why did they need to include that at all? It doesn't need to be in there. And if you just trimmed out that whole storyline that involves the zombies getting smarter and wanting to go out and do things, then the movie would just be dumb zombies. Let's blow them up and let's get some money and get out of here.
Which is what you want, right? Exactly. I want zombies. I want Vegas. I want to see the two together. I want a zombie actually brushing by the Mega Millions slot machine and having a bunch of quarters spill out or something like that.
Well, the good news is universal praise for the music. In fact, the chat's having a discussion about it right now. I would just like to remind everybody who scored the film. That would be Junkie XL. Tom Hulkenberg. Yep.
Reset your clocks, everybody.
Yep. If you don't know who that is, well, let me remind you. He wrote the score for Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, well, I was going to say, if you liked the slowed down versions of all your favorite songs, then this is also a movie for you.
Oh, do they do a lot of those? A lot of like when they take a Lorde song and make it all slow or whatever. Yeah.
That's cool.
People like those.
I wonder if the soundtrack's out.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, and Brian likes.
I mean, listen. I didn't walk away from Army of the Dead and say I hated this. I was like, it's an enjoyable movie. I wish it was shorter.
Did you like his 2004 Dawn of the Dead?
I actually did like that a lot.
I did too, a lot.
A lot of people really hated it because they thought that they were crapping on Romero, but 28 days later kind of already did that. So
well, I felt like
that broke the mold, and then Snyder comes in and does his thing, and I thought it was fine.
Yeah. How's Batista? How's he in there?
Oh, I really like him. He's really good.
Yeah, he's a charmer.
There's not a whole lot of depth on any of the characters. He is the one that has probably the most.
Mm-hmm.
But I should say, Scott, don't get attached to anybody.
Yeah. Okay. They're all.
By the way, the woman that gets smashed in the opening credits under a shipping container is Danielle Brugio, who was our surprise, our interview guest on ANTP this season.
That's right. That's right. She kept talking about how she was involved with some of Snyder's stuff, and she was in that. So that was her big moment.
That was her big moment. Yes, in the opening credits, even sadly, she doesn't even make it through.
Well, I'll watch it for that alone. That'll be fun. I liked her. She was my favorite guest you've ever had.
She was great. Yeah.
Well, this is it's a time to be alive when you want to watch your genre
should we
films.
Should we get one more big heaping of mediocrity?
Yeah. What do we got there?
Love, Death, Robots.
Oh.
Wait,
Now,
really?
hold on.
Watched any of it yet?
Don't
oh
tell
no,
me
is
that.
it also meh?
Well, number one, it's only 8 shorts.
Yeah.
So you can literally watch it in 2 hours.
But they got a third season coming much quicker. Right?
I was hoping that we would have gotten like 20 shorts so that you'd have a sampling of some stuff that's really, really good, some stuff that's really, really bad, and a whole bunch of stuff that's in the middle.
Yeah.
There was only like 1 or 2 of the episodes that I thought were worth watching again.
It's like an SNL episode is what you're describing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So hold on then. So there's 8 of them, and you'd say there's 2 are good?
There's 2 of them that I really enjoyed.
Okay.
The rest I were just like, okay.
Well, I'm going to watch it because I got to, but now I'm nervous. Oh, man, that's a bummer to hear that. Okay, how about that Lego Daily Bugle? Is it also a bummer? Is it a piece of crap?
Oh, man. Here's something that'll be really great, but it's going to set you back about $300. Lego announced, I think it was mid last week, the Marvel Lego Daily Bugle building that is pretty tall. It's not really super detailed. I mean, it's basically, set some boxes on top of one another and add a fire escape and some signage. But I think the thing that people are really going to go nuts for over this are all the minifigures. 25 minifigures in this thing. So you got Doc Octopus, Spider-Man, Venom.
But only about 14 that you really care about.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I would say that. Spider-Ham, Green Goblin, Peter Parker, Spider-Gwen, Mysterio, Sandman, Robbie Robertson. And then they have 5 minifigures that are exclusive to this set. J. Jonah Jameson, Black Cat, Daredevil, and the Punisher. And you get the Spider-Man's spider buggy, and it does stick to the side of the building so it can drive up walls for you. It looks pretty cool. There are about 5 Lego sets that I have on my wish list that I've been putting off because they are up in this 300 to higher range. And so I haven't bought Lego in a couple of years because of that. This is one that I think I'm just going to go ahead and use my Lego VIP points or my membership or whatever and buy this thing on Wednesday.
Nice.
And get it early.
Nice.
Wow, that's cool.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's got Firestorm in it.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I love it. Or Firestar, you mean?
Yeah, Firestar. Sorry.
Yeah, but it doesn't have Ms. Lion. Like, if you're going to give me Firestar, give me Iceman and give me Ms. Lion. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have Eddie Brock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does have a Venom figure in it. But yeah, no Eddie Brock by himself.
Where's the?
Because you've got your other reporter. Does it have? Did we say it has Robbie Robertson?
It does have Robbie Robertson.
It does have Robbie. Okay.
Hold on. Where's Venom? I don't see.
And it's got Betty Brant is in there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see Venom.
Yeah, I'm shying away now from getting Legos, only because I love putting them together. I have so much fun doing that. Mm-hmm. But then after they're put together, I'm like, all right, what am I doing with this thing? Am I making another shelf to put it on the wall so I could just keep dusting it? Am I breaking everything down? Because I'm never going to put this thing back together again if I do, because they won't all be back in their original bags.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Venom in there. I don't see.
Yeah, Venom's in there, and I think Daredevil is in there, and I think there is a Carnage in there as well.
Really?
I don't see Carnage or Venom. I don't know why. I'm looking.
Yeah, scroll down, and don't go through the still images, but if you scroll through, you'll see some pictures in there that pop up. Yeah, my problem is kind of the same way, Brian. When I had to clean out the Nerd Room of Doom a couple of years ago because of the water damage, we actually got a storage shed, a storage facility. And half the storage facility is unopened statues, and the other half is Lego boxes and Lego, big sealed bins of Lego that I've just like, I got no room for this stuff. So that's another reason why I haven't.
You're also not
bought a lot of Lego.
You're not as hip as these dudes are now that do Legos. Let me show you a photo here.
But I do want Mysterio. I want that Mysterio.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be worth it just to get the minifig.
Well, the other thing is, if you want to get
the
some
Lego
of these,
bro right there.
Yeah, look at
get
him.
over. Yeah, he's got the top knot and everything going.
Yeah, it's a good look.
If you really want some of these figures, Brian, a couple of things. Number one, go onto eBay. People will be selling these just as individuals, but you're probably going to be spending $10 to $30 depending on the level of the character.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not even into it that much.
Yeah. So the Mysterio one will probably go for $30. Spider-Ham will probably go for $15. The other thing is you can always go online and you can find fan-made versions of these.
Right. Actually, I did buy a fan-made Mysterio at one of the comic conventions.
Yeah. So the only downside on those is they're kind of painted, and sometimes you get what you pay for on those. So be careful with that.
Sure.
The person who did the Mysterio one actually, it's great. Like, it is a little fishbowl on his head.
Yeah.
They had stickers made for the pattern on his chest with the two eyes that hold his cape.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they did a really good job, and I only paid, I think, $5 for it or something.
Yeah.
But listen, if anybody out there wants to buy it, but they don't want to put it together, let me know. I'll put it together for you.
Here's the other thing. Now, this one will be around for a while. I don't see this as a limited edition one, although it does come in the black box. So you do have to be careful with those because those tend to be out for just a couple of years and then they disappear. This one I think is going to be around for a while, but you might want to buy two, open one to have fun with, and then literally keep the box in great condition because some of these things, I would bet within the next 10 years, and again, you're going to have to keep these long term, but an unopened Daily Bugle box will probably go for $800 in about 5 to 10 years.
Oh, it takes that long? Okay. So you could do it as an investment if you wanted, but
and this is one of the this is one of the fairly, mass produced ones. If you go into some of those Expert City stuff that they sell that are limited edition stuff, those things will go, if you go back trying to get some of the early ones, they're like $3,000 for one of those.
Well, if I've learned anything in the last 2 months, it's that we should really go hardcore on more collectibles and raid all the Targets in the morning with a knife out and just really.
That's right. Fight in the parking lot over other items. Yeah, exactly.
It's all
they had to stop.
pitch.
They had to stop doing collectible trading cards at Target and Walmart. So
Target, Walmart. There's a video floating around of a Walmart stampede that is just like unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, they pulled all that. They pulled NHL, NFL, and MLB cards, and one other thing. Oh,
yeah,
no,
it sucks to have been my 10-year-old during the pandemic because he really likes Pokemon cards, and he wanted some of the new sets for his birthday, and I had to go and spend a crap ton of money just to get these when I could have just gone to Walmart and said, "Oh, here's 10 packs. Let me buy these 10 packs."
It's pretty annoying that it got as bad as it did, but I guess you can still get Digimon, which says, I don't know what that says about Digimon.
Yeah, I think Yu-Gi-Oh maybe too.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, all those are still available in fine quantities. Well, all right. Good stuff as always. These sorts of things are covered on The Frequent over at majorspoilers.com, and I'd recommend it. That'd be great.
Let's really quickly talk about the Eternals trailer.
There's no trailer. I looked. Where is it? I can't find it.
Look at the Marvel. I don't know if it's the Marvel Studios or it's probably also on the Marvel Twitter that they posted it. It's a good 2.5 minute trailer for the piece that kind of sets everything up, and you get to see all of the main actors in their costumes, which are basically your robes and your tight leather stuff. It's pretty neat as a teaser video. For people who don't know anything about the Eternals, if you are familiar with Von Daniken's Chariots of the Gods, and Jack Kirby was kind of into that stuff in the time period, that's what Eternals is all about. And don't be surprised when you start saying, well, why is Angelina Jolie's character called Athena, and why is this other character called Icarus and Circe and Gilgamesh? This is where all of the myths are supposed to have come from, is from the Eternals. So they all have different spellings of those historical mythological character names.
And cast-wise, hold on here.
It's got big.
Johnny
It's got a,
and
Yeah.
not Jon Snow. Rob Stark.
Oh, Richard Madden. Yeah, he's cool.
Richard Madden.
Okay.
Yes, Mum.
Oh, that's who it is. Oh, and Kit Harington is in this. It says with Kit Harington.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. At the bottom, it has 3 withs. One is with Kit Harington, with Salma Hayek, and with Angelina Jolie. So I assume they have smaller roles doing something in there.
Right.
With Kit Harington.
And the rest.
Yeah, and the rest.
well, I mean, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them in this. So you're going to probably focus on 5 or 6, and then the rest will be there in group scenes.
Well, I'm excited because I really liked Nomadland. So everything I'm basing this on is mostly about director, and I want to see how she handles something like this. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I heard she used real Eternals as stand-ins, and
oh, good. Yeah, she's known to do that, right? Like she has the real people. And so why
as extras.
Not?
That's what I was looking for. She uses real Eternals as extras.
Do they use a real bucket this time when one of the Eternals has to poop in the bucket?
Angelina Jolie poops in a bucket.
Great. Perfect. No wonder Brad Pitt got out of there. All right, moving on. Steven, as always, a pleasure. Anything happening on the site this week? People should check it out?
No, just an average week. We're wrapping up the week wrapping up the month this week, but we do have a couple of podcasts people might want to check out. You can find them all over at majorspoilers.com. And in the meantime, make sure everybody stays hydrated.
I got water right here, man. I'm good. I got this big old, look at this. Water. Although Carter got that canned water. It showed up today. I was going to, Carter.
The killer, what is it called? Brain something?
Liquid Death.
Liquid Death. That's it. Yeah.
And I was going to have one down here to show everybody, and I forgot to do it because Carter got them. Claire Gack says everyone thinks that Kit Harington's a dick. Is that true?
Oh, really?
I thought he was nice. Isn't he nice?
I hear he knows nothing, though.
He knew so little she married him. Is he? Claire, how do you know these things? How do you know he's such a dick? I've talked...
Because he was in Ireland filming Game of Thrones, so there you go. That's
true. Know. But, like, I interviewed Hodor, and Christian Nairn didn't say... He was a dick.
Is he the type who would say anything bad about anybody, though?
No, probably not. It's probably why they don't call him a dick.
Yeah, but Claire is the type who would say something bad about somebody.
Yeah, she is. Not really. We tease.
Yes.
All right, that's it. Oh, mashup. We got a mashup to play.
Yeah.
This is good stuff here today, everybody. It's called Constantine Trout Bunker. And I remember that. So let's see.
This is a fresh one, yeah.
Let's see how this goes. So enjoy.
Yeah, tonight we're doing Falcon Winter.
Okay, I didn't have tape rolling there, so could somebody clip that, please? J.K. Grammer, somebody?
Joker, buddy.
Joker, Mr. J.
It was Kenan Thompson and Key and Peele.
Oh, Key and Peele.
Keegan. Michael Keegan or whatever. What's his full name?
Work out your Kegels. That guy?
Yeah, work out your Kegels.
I have no idea. Is Bingo the name of the farmer or the dog? Think of that. Because Bingo, because it goes,
I
Old
knew
MacDonald
a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name-o.
Isn't it Old MacDonald had a farm? And wait. I got my farmers mixed up.
It's Bingo, Scott.
Yeah, I got it mixed up. When the nun brings her boobs out like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
That's right.
There's me getting my wiener out. Look at you guys, my wiener. It's my baby wiener. Look, baby wiener.
Oh, great.
Well, now I've shown the chat room my wiener for the first time, and if you think it looked big then.
Wow. Jeff, not Goldblum, not Bridges, Jeff. Dumb and Dumber Jeff.
Oh, Jeff.
True Grit, Jeff.
Yes, Jeff.
Oh, no, that's Jeff Bridges.
That's Jeff Bridges.
Jeff.
You mean Jeff
Daniels. Thank you, Jeff Daniels. Pete's sake.
Oh.
I hear that one of Pikachu's evolutions is a Stabachu.
Oh, good. Finally, his ultimate form, the Stabachu.
And then his ultimate form is the Shootachu.
Shootachu, yeah. Elizabeth Moss, Frances McDormand, Caesary Ronan, Christoph Waltz. Yeah, boy?
How did you pronounce Saoirse Ronan's name?
Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse. Rhymes with inertia.
Did I say Caesary? I do that sometimes.
I think you said Caesary.
I think I do a joke. It started as a joke, and now I can't help it. So if you're telling me I can have a creamy scramble?
You can have a creamy scramble.
That was my, it was only 2 years, but that was my stripper name in college, was Creamy Scramble. Yeah. I won't get into why.
Creamy scramble. Yeah.
What was the dude who just got famously divorced and is already dating Deadeye? What's her name?
Oh, yeah. Olivia Munn.
Yeah.
Yes. Who is that? That is
Constantine Trout Bunker. John Mulaney.
John Mulaney. Although Constantine Trout Bunker.
I couldn't tell you why that was a thing, but it was. It was a thing. Jamie, thank you very much. We have bonuses this week as well, and we'll get to those during the week.
Cool.
Just a little hint here. Let's see. Hold on. Mashups. We got one called Tender Crisp Bacon Cheddar Ranch Origin. Ooh.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and then we got, apparently me playing Resident Evil 8 and yelling blue boobs, so that'll be fun.
Blue boobs. Lo, 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 lo. Please tell me you do some lo, 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 lo.
Not yet, actually. I don't think.
Okay.
We're early,
right.
So we only had 2 hours so far. Today we do our next session. Today it'll be at 4. When am I doing it? Whenever it is today. That's at 4.
Whenever it is. We're doing it then, whenever it is.
Yeah, whenever it is, that's happening then. So watch for that. Cool. Okay. I think that's everything. Yeah, it is. Except to say, patreon.com/TMS needs your help. And it's toward the end of the month, so it's perfect time to get in. Or the first of the month, whatever you want to do. We're happy to have you no matter how you come in there.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/TMS. And if you're looking for anything else, why, by golly, it's on the website, frogpants.com/TMS. Okay. I think we're done. Do you have anything else?
Okay.
You got it all?
I got nothing else for me. Yeah,
Okay.
I think the finale of ANTP goes up on the free feed today. So if you've been following that, you'll find out who wins today
Excellent.
on America's Next Top Podcaster. And
Look at Carter brought me. Look at this.
Oh, she brought it down for you. Is it open? Are you tasting it?
I'll go ahead and try it. Yeah, it's like the
it's
size of a tall boy beer can, kind of.
Is that the sparkling or the
Mountain?
Nope, that's just the regular mountain water.
Yeah, drinking water from the Alps. It says. I don't know if that's true. Maybe.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot. Death to plastic. It says on the side and tells you how you go turn these in. Okay, so sounds like one of those. No fizz.
Right, sure.
So
it's a water tall boy.
Yeah, it's water.
Yeah.
It's water in a much more recyclable form. So, well done.
Yes.
Thank you, Carter,
Wow.
for bringing that down.
All right, good.
She ran that down here, I guess.
Hey, let's get a request in here. This one's going out to Weston Wright. Yeah. He says he'd like this played, by the way, or said with the Dear Martha theme.
Oh, we can do that. Hold on, right here.
He says the core is Dear Martha theme. I'd like to remind everybody.
Oh yeah, I think it started here.
While
it?
John Jagger did perfect it and does it to amazing degree, it did start here.
Yeah,
on TMS.
Give us some credit where it's due. Yeah. Is what we're asking.
Yeah.
All right, here it is for real.
All right. My dearest gentlemen, today I bring to you the joys of a cross-country journey. Friends, we shall soon embark on a trek taking us from the Great Falls of Niagara through the heartland of this great country and settling in the suburbs outskirts of the mile-high city. Yes, it's true. Soon we'll be the neighbors of the legendary Coverville Master himself. Whoa. The better half of me has taken a new role at a plant owned by a Mr. Smuckers, treating the world to his glorious Uncrustable sandwiches filled with peanut butter and jelly. This will be an adventurous move, of which 3 days will be in a wagon with 2 dogs and a 4-year-old. Therefore, I must beg for a delightful jingle that will keep us in high spirits for this long road ahead. Yours in this life and the next, the Wright family.
Oh, it's lovely. By the way, all this moving to Utah and Denver and Texas and everything that's going on right now, it's like this massive move from California from everybody's making.
Yeah.
It has made... So the house just 4 doors down from me, same floor plan as us, same size, same everything.
Yep.
They paid right around what we paid for it when it was new. They paid $300,000. They just sold 2 days ago. They just sold this house for $890,000.
It is a buyer's market right now. It is like if you're selling a house, boy, good for you. But if you're having to buy a house,
yeah, it's bad.
It's tough.
It's so expensive. And I guess if you're in California, that's nothing for 3,000 square feet, or no, what are we? 26, whatever we are. But that house just 5 years ago, $300,000. Today, $890. $890. I think we're heading toward a bubble.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said buyer's market. It is a seller's market, is what I mean. It's
I thought that's what you said. You said the other way.
That's what I said too, but it's a seller's market.
I knew so much about what you meant that it sounded the same to me.
you translated in your head.
Yep.
All right. So he wants a cover of a song that maybe has to do with road trips or Colorado. Let's get to this one right here. I was thinking either Rocky Mountain High or Rocky Mountain Way. Decided to go with Rocky Mountain Way. Godsmack from their live and inspired album from 2012. This is their cover of Joe Walsh's Rocky Mountain Way.
I had no idea they did one. All right, here it is. We'll see you guys tomorrow. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Yeah, chat. Like, I get that it's probably a bubble heading toward a burst, not so much heading toward a bubble, but some people disagree. Some people